whilst I was there, I asked them, I begged them to attend to the little baby that was in the cell with me. And they would just swear at me and they would say the most awful things to me. And for me, that was even worse than being arrested, because for the first time in my life, I sat in a circumstance where a baby boy was so ill. There was no food, Jerusalem. There was no bottles for him. There was no nappies for him. It was like I begged them, just attend, and they were laughing. The thing for me the most was the woman is head of the FCS unit in the Vaal Triangle. So I just thought to myself, forget about Annari. There's a baby boy in here who is dying because he had diarrhea and everything was full of poo-poo. He had fever, and they would just laugh at us and they would leave. And when they come back, we just, would fall asleep. Well, not me. I was not sleeping because I was preparing for the fight of my life if they come and rape me. So I was praying. And then they came again and again and again and just ignored my request to help this baby. Naturally, I could only do one thing. I prayed over this baby. I said to God, you know what, God, if this baby dies tonight, I don't know if I can be your child any longer, because this is not fair. And we prayed, and me and the mother and the other women in the jail, they could not understand. I think they thought I was really crazy because I was praying feverishly for the life of this baby, because he was really, really, really ill. I think in the early hours, I don't know what the time was, because you don't have a recollection of time when you look into a jail cell. There was ambulance people running into the cell, and they were attending to this little baby that was so severely ill. And the police women, then this was not the white police officials, they were black. And sorry for me referring to the color of the people, but it's important for me that people does not judge any color, because everybody did what they wanted that weekend. The ambulance people said they have to admit this baby. And I was so thankful. You know what? They took the mother and the baby and they left. Oh, it wasn't half an hour. They were back with the excuse, from what I understand, by another woman who was booked for drunkenness, who could translate a little bit between me and the Mozambican women, that the police said that this was just a plan of the mother and the baby to escape the jail cell, so they will not take them to hospital. And they actually got it right to let the ambulance people leave the baby still in the jail cell. Well, it was a very long Saturday, and my lawyer was there, and they tried everything in their power to get me out on bail. They were not successful. Since my arrest, there was no tea, there was no coffee, there was no food, there was nothing, not even for the baby. For me, it was the most horrifying experience ever. I was allowed, there was somebody from a church group managed to see me through the fence at the jail cell, and they were shocked on how I looked, and they said, do I need anything? And I just begged them for clothing for the baby and nappies and medication, because he was having a lot of diarrhea. I had a baby, so I knew what to ask them to get for me. They brought it to the police station, they brought it there, but the police never gave it to us. They did bring, late that night, they brought some of the nappies and some of the clothing. But yeah, that's all. I kept on praying. That's all that I could do.